Hello there and welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing okay on this Friday, but if you're the majority of the Liverpool fan base, not a lot of people are doing very well at the moment and are flying the flags very, very high for FSG out after the news broke last night about Chelsea agreeing a deal with Timo Werner from RB Leipzig. Now, Timo Werner has been a long time link and has been reported to be joining Liverpool on multiple occasions, and this looked like this was going to be the window that it happens. I put out a video the other day saying, will Liverpool trigger that release clause? It apparently ends on the 15th of June. There were other clubs that were involved. Man United were looking at him, Chelsea were looking at him, and obviously Liverpool as well. There was probably some others, maybe some other ones in other parts of Europe and such like that as well, but those were the big three that were talked about. And in the end, it looks like Chelsea are the ones that have pulled the trigger on the deal and have managed to get the man that they want. Now, it hasn't officially been announced. It is, at the moment, a deal in principle has been agreed. So what that basically means is that the player agrees with the terms that he's been given. The team, Chelsea, are in agreement with what they've laid out in terms of package and payments and the contract length and things like that. So it just literally is a case of it being signed. And that is it, I think. I think that's as far as I understand it. And as far as I understand as well, it's going to be a 5-year contract with 200 grand a week as well. So, am I upset about it as a Liverpool fan? No. And I genuinely mean that. Straight face, me saying straight face doesn't really mean anything. I can keep a straight face through anything. I am one of those people. I can straight face through anything. But, hand on heart, I'm not upset about it. Now, I'm not upset about it, and I'm not FSG out because every decision that Liverpool have taken under FSG and under Klopp as well, I don't see a reason why I would question their judgment at this time. Timo Werner, fantastic player, really fantastic player, and I'm not about to turn around and say just because he's signing for Chelsea, didn't want him, never wanted him. I'd have loved Timo Werner at Liverpool. I really, really would. And who knows what's going to happen with this deal in principle. It looks like Chelsea are going to get him. They're going to get their man, and they're going to get him over the line. Hey, well done to you. Well done, honestly. That's all you can say, really. There's nothing else that you can really say. But yeah, it is a little bit disappointing. But I always feel that if we don't pull the trigger on a deal, look at Nabil Fekir when he was at Lyon, and there was this knee injury and stuff like that, or there was knee problems that they felt that there was an issue with, and he went on and he moved to Real Betis, I think, in La Liga. Look, he's a fantastic player as well, Fekir. And we had lost Coutinho at that point. We were possibly looking for someone to fulfill that sort of role. But hey, we didn't go on and get it. Do you think that we've missed Nabil Fekir? Genuinely. Do you feel that we've missed Nabil Fekir since we didn't get him? And let's not forget, this was Fekir who there was videos that Liverpool had done with him in a Liverpool kit and everything. The whole where they do the sit-down interviews and stuff like that. That must have been done because those images are online. You can find them. I'm not sure if you can find the video, but you can definitely find the images of him being sat down behind a green screen and stuff like that for Liverpool. It was literally razor thin to have been being announced, and someone pulled the plug on that deal, whether it was Klopp or whether it was FSG, whoever. So, we'll ask the same thing about Timo Werner. Now, try if you can to forget about the fact that we've been linked to Timo Werner for years. For at least the last 2 to 3 years, we've been linked with Timo Werner, right? Do you think that FSG would pull the plug on a deal like that if they don't have a plan in place? Now, the rumours are FSG aren't willing to inject money as of yet. They don't want to inject money. They want to find out what the implications and financial implications are going to be of the pandemic and the coronavirus, because we just don't know. We're seeing clubs like Tottenham. Now, Tottenham are in an unprecedented situation where they've spent $1 billion, I think it's $1 billion anyway, on their stadium. They've at least spent 800 million, definitely, on their brand new stadium. No one knew that this virus was going to come. No one knew that whatsoever. So from the Bank of England Tottenham have borrowed 175 to 200 million pounds to help offset the impact the coronavirus pandemic is having on their club. Now, as far as I'm aware, no other club has had to take out a loan from the Bank of England, let alone a substantial one. You put it into perspective of players. 175 million, 200 million pounds, that's a Neymar, that's an Mbappe. That's what they borrowed to offset what is already happening with the pandemic. Never mind the fact we're not going to have fans in the stadium. Some people are saying we're going to get fans in the stadiums this summer. Ridiculous. But, hey, there's another video for next week that I'm going to be doing looking at why we could get fans in the stadium next week. So feel free to get your comments in about that. What do you think about in summer getting fans back in the stadium? But I digress quite a lot. I personally feel that FSG will have a plan. Now, the type of plan that I feel that they're going to have, if we're looking for someone to come in as a striker, I personally feel that FSG want it to happen from within. And you could be looking at someone like a Ryan Brewster. Now, Liverpool fans, or I'm not saying every Liverpool fan, because if that was to happen, Ryan Brewster comes in, he stays injury free, he's in and around the first team, gets his chances, I firmly believe he could make an impact on that first team. I genuinely feel that he can. In front of goal, he is a great finisher. He's got good pace, good feet, he's a technical dribbler, he's a very good player, he's a very young player as well. I think that they would want it to happen from within. I genuinely feel that. I feel as well that they'll be looking at the likes of, people might laugh, but like Divock Origi, they'll be wanting to use him as well. He's come up in some very, very important key moments for us. They'll also be looking at the fact that they signed Takumi Minamino as well, and while he's still been settling into Liverpool, and this break probably will have done him the world of good in terms of settling in with his teammates, settling in into the the style of play and everything like that. It could actually be one of those where you could have a good switching of that front three, obviously including Firmino, Mane, and Salah as well. And the other argument as well would be 200 grand a week. Now, Chelsea, you could say Liverpool and Chelsea have a bit of a free run this summer if you took the virus out of it, right? Abramovich has always backed his managers and will always release funds for them, definitely. Now, Chelsea had a transfer ban last season and they sold Eden Hazard as well. Now, Eden Hazard, I think, was sold for 150 million, thereabouts, right? And then any other money that they will have made between last summer and right up to now, until the next transfer window, they will probably be released by the owner and said, yep, you can go ahead and spend whatever you need to. So them spending 200 grand a week on Timo Werner, it probably makes sense for them. We wouldn't do that. I think our highest earner is Salah, I think, but again, I'm not entirely sure. It would have made Timo Werner walking into Liverpool as the highest earner. And this Liverpool team don't do that. You know what I mean? And whether it makes sense to people or not, I get it. It's disappointing to miss out on a player because you don't want to pay him 200 grand a week. But also, you've got to look at the financial climate as it is right now. The strength of Liverpool as it is right now as well. We are a team that is 25 points clear at the top of the Premier League right now. We're the champions of Europe. We're not in European competition right now because we got knocked out by Atletico Madrid. But we are in a very good, stable, strong position. And I feel that the way that we're going to go about transfers over the next year, next 2 years, indefinitely, for as long as we've got Klopp, in my opinion, we will continue going along, I feel, the Minamino style signings, the Shaqiri style signings. Now, whether people agree with it or not, and also, I personally feel that we would want to use the academy, and I am a massive fan of doing that. We've got so many talented young players: Curtis Jones, Nico Williams, Harvey Elliott, and people like Nat Williams as well. I think his name Nat Williams. But the centre back who went to the Bundesliga, for him to come back, for all of these people to come back, get involved, more involved, and develop under Jurgen Klopp in our system and the way that we play. And there's so many more other players as well that I haven't even mentioned there. And I just feel that that is the way that they're going to want to go. They're going to want to do like Minamino type signings, who is a very good player, and once he settles, he will show what he can do for Liverpool, and also the youth of Liverpool as well will come to the forefront. Every team in every league would love to have a Trent Alexander-Arnold story where he's come from the youth setup, comes in, and he is the best right back in the entire world, defensively and attacking. Don't care what anyone says, right? Now everybody wants that sort of story for their academy. That is what everybody wants. That's what every team strives for. Otherwise, what's the point in having a youth academy in the first place? So for me, that is probably what FSG are going to look at. That's probably what they're going to want to do. I don't think that we're going to drop massive amounts of money. Whether I or you or anyone else would like us to, I feel that's the reality of the situation. And I think that's the reality of the situation with Timo Werner. So for now, I am, until something else comes out, I am never doing another video on Timo Werner. I'm not going to slate the guy either. Listen, you can't slate a player for accepting a 200 grand a week contract. You can't. If someone told me, hey man, right, so you earn like, 17 grand a year, I'm going to offer you this job at this place, right, we're going to make you 25 grand a year. Bang. Where's the dotted line? Where's the dotted line? That's what I'm saying. He's a young player, 24 years old, he wanted to move on from RB Leipzig. He didn't want to stay in Germany. Chelsea are going to benefit from it. And hey, they're the ones that are putting the money on the table. They're offering him that money. You can't slate the player. He would be fantastic for Liverpool. I genuinely think he would have been. But it's not to be. We move on. That is what we have to do. Now, for those of you that are moving on into other directions, and now obviously someone posted something saying, oh, Timo Werner's off. Kylian Mbappe 2021. And I'm like, if we're not going to drop that money on Timo Werner, how the hell do you think we're going to afford Kylian Mbappe? Someone answer that for me, because he would be, whatever Timo Werner costs, Mbappe is going to cost about 4 times as much. So that's not realistic either. Anyway, listen, have a good weekend, genuinely. We're getting closer to the Premier League coming back, which means I will be doing previews and such like that as well. But do take care of yourselves, whatever you're doing this weekend, today, whatever happens. Let me know it in the comments below. And hey, have a good time. Take care of yourselves. Be safe, be strong, and be well. Thank you for watching this video. Please do get your comments in if you would like to, and I'll catch you later.